What is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel. Today I am here back with yet again another ranking video. I know it's been a couple weeks, but I'm finally hopping back on them, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Now, like I say at the beginning of every ranking video I do, guys, this is just my opinion, okay? This is just my opinion. This is how I see these. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? So, if you guys enjoy the video, feel free to leave a like. If you have anything to say, any thoughts, comments, opinions, feel free to leave a comment. And again, if you don't like the video, you are free to leave a dislike. It's fine. I understand. If you think this is the worst list you've ever seen, then you can dislike it. But today, the list I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be ranking every power-up. Yes, every power-up in Black Ops 3 Zombies from worst to best. Now, this is a little odd. I feel like it's a little different, and it's something I kind of thought about doing because I'm not sure if anyone else has really did it. I'm sure, obviously, someone has, but I thought I'd give my own opinion and thoughts on it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to waste your guys' time. This isn't going to be a super long video. There's only so much you can say about them, but I will explain them and explain why I like them or why maybe I don't like them. So coming in dead last, the worst power-up in Black Ops 3 is going to be the Carpenter. I think the Carpenter is pretty useless. I think we can all agree Carpenters are just pretty useless. Now, for those of you who don't know, a Carpenter rebuilds all the barriers in the map. If, they're missing them, it just brings them all back up, and you get a few points, a couple hundred points. Nothing really crazy at all, and that's about it. Other than that, it doesn't do a whole lot. You get a Carpenter, and it rebuilds the barriers. It's not really good at any time in the game. You don't want it early game. You definitely don't want it middle, late, or high round games. You see a Carpenter, really, you're kind of just sad. It's not any of the other ones almost. Now, coming in at number 6 on this list, I'm going to take the Nuke. I love the design of all the power-ups. I think that's something that's slept on. They just look so nice sitting there glowing. They look sick, but I really like them. And coming in at number 6 is the Nuke. It's better than the Carpenter, but it's not better than any of these other ones. A lot of these are situational, but I think the Nuke really kind of falls in that category. You don't really want it at any time in the game. It can be good to get you out of a situation if you happen to kill a zombie and you're like, oh my god, I need that Nuke. Boom. The Nuke kills all the zombies that are in the map, and it makes them all respawn in. You have about 5-10 seconds, something like that, until they're all starting to respawn back in the map. So it gives you a few seconds to yourself. It does give you 400 points, which really isn't that great, but it does give you, I guess, some sort of incentive. A lot of people like getting nukes, but in my opinion, I don't, because it slows the game down. I'm all about speed, and nukes actually slow the game down more than they do anything. I think sometimes they can be okay, but for the most part, they kind of just slow the game down. They don't give you many points, and they're not really useful in a whole lot of situations. Coming in at number 5 on this list, I'm going to take the Fire Cell. I think the Fire Cell is actually useful in early game. Now, I think setting up Fire Cell can be very useful on certain maps. Some of the wonder weapons feel a little bit harder to get, and sometimes your luck allows you to not really get the weapon you want for a long time. You'll go 15, 20, 30 rounds even without getting the weapon out of the box you want. And having fire cells is really useful. So the fire cell allows a discount on the mystery box. It makes the mystery box 10 points instead of 950. And you can roll it several times if you're pretty fast, 4 or 5 times. And it allows you to get, 3, 4, 5,000 points worth of box hits for just 40, 50 points, which is really good early game. So you can use those points to open doors, maybe buy your perks, and you don't have to spend all that time hitting box, wasting a bunch of points on a weapon that you may or may not get. But if you have fire cells or even the gobble gum that allows you to use them multiple at a time, it's nice. So I think fire cells are a pretty good early game power up. Now, middle, late game, you don't really care about them. You have points by then. You really don't want those. Coming up next on this list, call it a hot take, call it what you would, but at number 4, I'm going to take the double points. Now, again, early game, the double points is huge. It is one of my favorite, and if not the most beneficial power-up. So double points allows you to double your money. Every 10 points turns into 20, every 100 turns into 200, everything doubles. Whatever you do, you get double the points. It's pretty self-explanatory. And I think early game, up to round, 10, 15, the rounds up until then, really useful. Again, double your points. It helps you open doors faster, open up the map quicker, helps you get perks, weapons, pack-a-punch, anything like that. It just helps you get everything a lot quicker, which is really useful. Double points is pretty huge. And especially if you're going for, in my case the other day, I was playing the Giant. I couldn't get Deadwire on one of my weapons. You have a double points, you know, you can rack up enough in one double points to get 2 hits out of the Pack-a-Punch with it. You know, it can be useful. It can be useful. But yeah, early game double points is good. Late game, again, you don't care about points anymore, and even mid game, you really don't. Now, I'm never gonna really complain at a double points. I'll be like, oh yeah, double points, cool. But for the most part, I only really want them early game, kind of late early game, stuff like that. But I do like double points. Cracking the top 3 on this list, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Insta Kill. Now, the Insta Kill, it does exactly what it says. It makes everything an Insta Kill. Everything is a 1-bullet kill. Now, if you are camping game, middle game, end game, it is really useful. And I think even late game, it is more beneficial to you than any other time. Once you start getting to the high rounds and your guns get weaker and weaker, taking more and more ammo, you get an insta kill. You can just kill to your heart's desire. You know, like you really don't have to worry about how much ammo you're using, nothing like that. You can knife them, you can hit them with frag grenades, you can even make use out of trip mines, anything like that. You can use the Annihilator is even good. Hey, how about that? But insta-kills are just good. If I'm on a high round, I always love getting an insta-kill because it just feels so nice. It feels so nice being able to kill everything with my other weapon outside of your wonder weapon. The only thing I don't like about them is early game. They do kind of suck a little bit when it comes to giving you points. Now, you can knife them to get the most points out of it, but early game, not as useful, but still okay. And then throughout the rest of the game, I think the higher the rounds go, the better it gets. Number 2 in this list, I'm going to take the Death Machine. Now, the Death Machine is a great power-up. It is good at any time, as long as you don't need points. If you need points, you can obviously get rid of it, just switch back to your normal weapon. You don't even have to use it. But if you want to use the Death Machine, you can. It is a Death Machine with infinite ammo. It has obviously a timer on it, as all power-ups do, but it is so good. Again, especially on the middle to high rounds, I really enjoy it. Anytime I get Death Machine, I'm like, yes, please. It feels like it lasts a while. Infinite ammo, you just have them pouring in. You can take out whole trains with them, hordes, or if you're camping, let's say you're on the catwalk, again, for example, on the Giant, you can just sit there and shoot down the catwalk forever, look out the window, and just shoot them as they're all lined up. You save so much ammo. It speeds up the rounds, really, because you just start slaying them so fast. And it's pretty good, you know, if you get, you know, the Death Machine is just great. It's just great. It's really like another wonder weapon when you have it. It does fall off a little bit. It does get weaker on the higher rounds, I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to remember from personal experience. I was playing Ascension and I was on like round 80, and I believe it, you know, it was kind of taking a few more shots, but still it was fine. Like, saves you a ton of ammo. It's nice. It can get you out of sticky situations. They're just dope. I think they're just a good power-up to have. Now we're coming to the final spot on this list. Now, I know this is going to be no one's surprise. No one's going to be surprised with this pick. It's not a hot pick. It's not a hot take. Nothing like that. But I'm going with the Max Ammo at number 1. There is nothing more iconic than Max Ammo, in my opinion. It is the best power-up. It does exactly what it says. It refills your ammo, gives you max ammo on everything, refills your grenades, your little special grenade, and your weapons. It is useful on any round, low rounds, middle rounds, high rounds. Any rounds you're on, you like max ammo. Especially for something like wonder weapons. Wonder weapons you can't get wall ammo for. There's really no other way to get ammo for them outside of using a gobble gum than a max ammo. And there is no better feeling than being on a high round or any round and you're down to your last shot and you're like, please, I need one max ammo. And then you get that max ammo, you're like, oh man, you know, you're about to go crazy, man. There's no better feeling than getting that max ammo. There's just not. Countless. Can't even count how many times I've been in that situation where I'm like, all right, I need it. And I'm down to like my last bullet and I get a max ammo and it's just like such a sigh of relief. It saves your whole game because, you know, max ammos can make or break your game. They really do. Especially in the later rounds, but really, you're never going to see a max ammo and be like, don't want it. That's just not going to happen. It really doesn't ever happen, and that's why it's number 1. There's never a bad time for it. You always want them. They can never do anything to hurt you, slow your game down, nothing like that. They don't give you points, but, you know, I don't think anyone's worried about points because you don't have to buy ammo when you get a max ammo, nothing like that, you know. You just refill, you're ready to keep going. So with that being said, that is going to be my list of all the power-ups ranked worst to best. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if your thoughts are any different, if you feel a different way about any of these. I think this is a pretty good list. I think this is one universally a lot of people are going to agree on. I know sometimes people like to think my takes are a little silly, they're a little wacky, goofy, bad, all that good stuff. But, I really am honed in on this one. I know a good power-up when I see one, and I think this list is a prime example of me showing that I know, okay? So that being said, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, you already know what to do. All that good stuff being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.